comes to environmentalism and conservation, there is no more recognizable name than Cousteau. I'm honored to be joined today by Philippe Cousteau, the grandson of Jacques Cousteau, to talk today a little about sustainable investing. Philippe, welcome.
Well, I'm delighted to be here, Matt. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
So talk to me, what is sustainable investing?
Well, sustainable investing is realizing that we can invest with our values and still make money. We can have our cake and eat it too, and it's something that I've been involved in for the last several years because I recognize the power of the markets to do good and change the world.
Now, one of the big misconceptions is that in order to do good, you have to give up, a little bit of your...
You have to sacrifice returns.
Exactly. So how is that wrong? How is that off base?
Well, you look at a lot of sustainable investment indexes and they are equal to or outperforming the S&P.
So do you have any numbers to back something like this up?
Of course, if you look at the KLD 400, which is a sustainable investment index, it's performed at about 17% return over the last 3 years, whereas the S&P has been around 15%. So, fundamentally, I think that it's part of an old attitude and an old perspective that you sacrifice returns for value. It's just not the case. It's flat out wrong. And the exciting thing that I always like to remind people involved in financial markets is that you can go to work every day, look your kids in the eyes and go, you know what? I have the power to change the world for the better. And I think a lot of, when I talk to a lot of financial advisors about that, their eyes light up because that's not typically, I think, an attitude and a belief that a lot of folks in this space carry, but it's absolutely true. And I believe, nonprofits do really terrific work, but if we don't have business and the markets start to align with building companies and opportunities and making money and building our economy in a way that enhances people's lives, enhances the quality of the environment, enhances our health, then we're not going to build the kind of future that we deserve and that we can build.
So what are some sustainable investing opportunities that are out there?
My journey started 5 years ago when I realized that to really affect change, we have to focus on new solutions to old problems. All my life and 3 generations of my family, we've done documentaries, and I still do all of that, documentaries and filmmaking and conservation. And I ran a nonprofit for many years, and I realized that annual charitable giving in the United States is $300 billion. Financial markets is $33 trillion. I want to be at that table as well. And how do we leverage markets to do good? And so, for us, it was really about, and for me, getting involved in this world. I'm not a money manager. I work with Advisor Shares Investments. They're really the ones that manage my involvement in this space. But we launched an exchange-traded fund on the New York Stock Exchange called GIVE. Our ticker symbol is GIVE. And the reason is because we wanted to walk the walk. I wanted to not just kind of sit back and be an armchair, commentator and say, well, we need to do more sustainable investing. My goal was really to get in the game. And so we launched the fund on the New York Stock Exchange. It was the first of its kind. It's done really well, and there are many others out there that exist. But we're excited about our small piece of moving the movement forward.
So Philippe, talk to me about how GIVE is a little different than other SRI ETFs.
Well, GIVE was the first actively managed exchange-traded fund with an impact strategy listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Our ticker symbol is GIVE, G-I-V-E. It's the Global Eco Fund. And what we did was something pretty exciting. We looked at developing a partnership with sub-advisors that have a long track record in the sustainable investment space. So that's Reiners McVey, Baldwin Brothers, and our bond strategy is managed by Community Capital. So 3 really amazing firms that have an established track record in making money for their clients in the sustainable space. And then we also said, how can we help directly contribute to philanthropic causes? And so what we did is we went back to those sub-advisors. We said, listen, we're thrilled that you agree to manage, be sub-advisors on GIVE. Would you also consider giving a piece of your management fee into a charitable foundation? And they all went, okay. And so what's great about GIVE is not only that we've made our clients money, it's performed beautifully over the last 3 years, but also, and this doesn't come out of the investors' pockets, this comes out of the sub-advisors, bless them, their pockets, their percentage of management fee, a charitable foundation, the Global Eco Foundation. And part of that was my goal as a storyteller to really help put a face on sustainable investing, what it is and what it means. And so what we've done is we've partnered with the Panzi Hospital in Eastern Congo. It's a hospital that is world-renowned for its treatment of survivors of sexual violence, for its maternity care, for its education, in a part of the world that so desperately needs that kind of help. And so what we did is we piloted a program building solar panels on the roof of this hospital, and it has drastically driven down their energy costs so that they can invest more of the money they raise in helping serve these women better. Because my grandfather always said, in order to build environmental sustainability, we have to build human sustainability. And the best way to do that is to invest in women, because when you invest in women, good things happen. They tend to choose to have fewer children. They tend to build more stable communities. They invest in education for their children, invest in nutrition for their children. And so we really take our work at Give an extra step, is saying not only do we provide an impact investing strategy that is conservative, low volatility, but what we also do is then offer that additional advantage that fundamentally our investors aren't spending any more of their money, none of their charitable investments or anything, but it's coming out of the sub-advisors' pockets. But by investing in Give, a percentage of that management fee is also going directly to help projects like the Panzi Hospital in Congo and others as we continue to grow. So we're really excited about what we've done with Give as an example of how we can think differently about how Wall Street can change the world.
So Philippe, thanks so much for debunking some of the myths around sustainable investing, because you really can do good and get great returns.
I'm thrilled to be here, Matt. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much. For Investment News, I'm Matt Ackerman.